Hi, it's Queens Talking Reality. I'm Farron. This is,
Elisa.
and this is our recap on Married to Medicine season 12, episode 12. They are in Jamaica, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
everything Irie.
Yeah. The one thing I didn't understand, if they're going to Jamaica, which is where Quad's boyfriend is from, why didn't they have them? They planned the trip.
Because I
To me, it was like, okay, they chose Jamaica. I would,
no, I
just to
think
give maybe
yeah, but
give them a little
it's
bit more
about
screen time.
hosting though. Like I think it's not planning, it's hosting. Like yeah, it's his country, but you still want to host the married couples, come up with married games, married like I think it's supposed to be like therapeutic and like,
You don't think Quad could have done the hosting with King? Or
as
they
far
needed
as
a
the
married
couples, I
couple?
don't think that but they're not married. I think it was like they wanted to pick a married couple to do the hosting so they can come up with marriage type of like things, self-help
Yeah,
marriage groups,
true.
counseling, whatever
Quad hasn't
games.
been with King long enough, but you know who I think they should pick to host because I actually like them as a married couple. I really do like them. Mimi and her husband. I actually
Yeah, I think
really
so
like them.
too.
I think honestly, they may be one of my favorite couples in the Housewife franchise. I can't think of any other couples now, but there's something about their relationship that I really like. Like they have a friendship too. It's not just
Yeah,
a relationship. I love how they parent their artistic son. I love the way they're attentive to the daughter. I just think they have a really good relationship. I
me
really,
too.
really like seeing them on camera. And
Yeah,
like when I look at first I wasn't feeling it. I was like, I'm not too sure, but this season tapping into her life and what she's going through and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. I didn't see that last season, but I was just happy that they let us into their lives to see, how it is to, raise a child who have, certain, things that
yeah,
they're dealing
special
with.
needs and stuff like that. I
Special
think so
needs, yeah.
too. I do love like how they do. They're like a team. Like just not even just. I think even outside of parenting, like I love. I mean, we're gonna get to the scene, but I love how he has our back. Like without, it's not like some Eugene. I don't like how Eugene have Toya's back or whatever.
We'll
But
talk about that.
yeah, I do like the way he speaks up for his wife, and it's just kind of like in a way where he's not being like some big old cheerleader every moment or trying to approach people, but he's gonna let you know, like, I don't agree with this, I'm not with this, and that's it. And he's just a man of few words, and he has a presence with him. So I do like their relationship dynamics that they have between each other. Like you said, parenting, I love it. Like I just even when they both are on Watch What Happens Live, like I just love like how they look at each other and just how they interact. Like I love it.
Yeah, you could tell they did a good couple. The one thing I am tired, I'm tired of seeing putting LV on. Louis Vuitton, I mean, Lord, that's the only thing about her husband. I'm like, really? My God, this OD with the logos. So
Yeah,
that's the only thing I
I
can
haven't
say.
even been
But
noticing, but because it seemed like everybody do say that he knows how to dress. But I mean, he do seem well put together, but it don't seem like
yeah,
it's monogram stuff. Like it just seemed like
it is. There's
it
a
is.
lot of
Okay, I must not be
monograms
paying
too.
attention.
Yeah, but I really like them. They're my favorite couple, to be honest. And hopefully
Yes.
this reality show don't ruin their marriage. So what happened on this vacation? How do you feel about Angel Love?
I do like her. I do. I like her. Like I do. I definitely like how she checked Toya. I would, like I said, I'm always about checking harder and driving my point home because I feel like I like to get my point across. Like because Toya was so dead wrong when she did that
Yes. Oh my
to
God.
Angel and went up to her and her man. I would have checked her so bad, like in front of him. I wouldn't have waited until afterwards. Like, how dare you approach me? Even if I did want you to hook me up, you don't say that to him. That's between you and I. We address this after he leaves. But you don't ever speak to my man. I would have checked her. You don't speak to him. Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't like Angel Love. I think she needs to go. She doesn't bring anything to the show. She's a bore. And I think
Yeah.
she's dragging this thing with Toya. Because like you said, you checked her right then, you give her good reading, and you move on from it. I think now just like she mentioned it in her event. She's mentioned it here. It's like
Yeah, let it go.
Settle it already. So I think now she's like, oh, I have something with Toya I could carry and keep talking about it and hopefully get into make a scene because she knows Toya's not gonna back down. So now this is the person she's gonna keep going back and forth because they're gonna make a scene. That's why I don't like Angel.
Yeah.
She was she was born to in love and she was in Basketball Wives, born as hell.
I don't even remember her. I know a lot of people.
Exactly.
I see that. I didn't even
I
remember
remember her. The reason why I remember her because again she was a nurse and I'm like, what the hell is she doing here? And she has a really pretty face.
Yeah.
And then I remember her waist was like 22 inches in her butt. It was like, oh my God, the butt to waist ratio is just crazy. So that's how I remember. But she's a bore. She needs to go. She should not do reality.
Yeah. She needs to give it up. But I guess she's given an opportunity. I would seize the opportunity too. So go, girl. But
yeah, well, Quad gave her the opportunity because that's Quad's good friend.
Yeah.
But other than that, she should never be on reality TV. Pretty girl, stick to Instagram.
This will probably be her last season.
And it should. More.
Yes. And then what was the
what else happened? I'm trying to think. I mean, she had that guy come, which they don't even make a good match. So I mean, this season.
No, that's how I was like, and then the way he came in the van, and then Eugene was like, "What's your name again?" And then it was like they didn't even know who he was. Like Eugene or one of them said they thought he was like the bellboy or something.
Yeah. They didn't know who he was. She didn't really talk about it. So again, that was for a moment. She felt it was a couple strip. She was like, look, it's a couple strip. You could come out here, stay at a nice hotel. And he came through. He didn't look even interested. Now
I was getting ready to say that. Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman and he's okay looking.
Yeah. Like, and you're not enthusiastic to be with this, yeah, I would have been like, go home.
Wait a minute.
I wouldn't even invited him.
He's probably getting women because he's a doctor. But other than that,
I didn't even realize he's a doctor. Like, that's perfect for him to be. And I guess that's why she done dug him up in his average. I mean, I shouldn't say average looking, but I guess that's why she kind of dug him
average
up.
Looking, yes. And I
guess that's why she dug him up to be on the show. I didn't even realize he was a doctor. What kind of doctor is he?
I don't know what kind of doctor he is, but I saw him calling her in the hospital. I'm thinking she's a nurse that works in the hospital. So maybe he's a medical doctor. I don't know, but he's a doctor.
But I would have thought that like Eugene and the men would have been more receptive to him because I feel like when he walked on, they treating him like some little like
like a loser, right? Like a loser. And that's
I would have never thought he was a doctor because they give like when King first came in the group, they was like embrace and stuff like that. But this guy, it's like, what was your name again? Like, you could have faked it. Like, I wouldn't have said that to him. And it was like, who are you? I thought it was the bellboy. They wouldn't have said that about like King or nothing.
Yeah, but the way he came in, nobody knew who he was. And I don't think Angel Love is really talking about him to the guys or to anyone really. No one knows. Like, she didn't say, oh yeah, I'm there and doctor. Nobody knows. They don't even know his name. Because remember, the men are not in the mix of all that stuff. Like if the women were there, they'll know who he was. But because wait a minute, did they meet him? When did they meet at the cookout?
Yeah.
Didn't pay him no mind then.
But they probably didn't even remember him. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like if they met him before, he should have been memorable. Like he's a doctor. Like when you meet other doctors, to me, that's a group of people that have like things in common. You talk about the medical field, whatever, people talk about together. Oh, how long you been a doctor? Where'd you go to medical school? Like they start talking about like those commonality things. And to me, it's like they couldn't remember him and you met him before and you thought he was the bellboy and you said that. Like if I would have known like, oh, okay, he came on, he didn't introduce it, I would have never said that about my colleague or somebody that's a fellow doctor. I wouldn't even mention that I thought he was a bellboy. No, he's an MD if he is an MD. Like, so, I mean, I would have never said that.
You know what you said made a lot of sense because again, he was part of filming. That was when Heavenly had the family reunion barbecue, whatever crap she had. Yeah. So they know who's filming the cast, who's bringing people. They know. So they must have seen him before.
Exactly. He
Angel
wasn't memorable.
Introduced him, but it seemed like when the scene with Toy and Angel and him, they were like away from everybody else. that scene, that Angel shot with Toya. So I'm wondering, did they get to meet him or did they not? Did they just do that? She just did that film and he went, I don't know, but they never
Or
got to
did they give a damn about meeting him and knowing him and just mingling with him there or even after? I
Yeah,
don't
he
think they
didn't look
gave a
that much
damn.
different. Where he's unrecognizable.
I tend to
So
think they didn't give a damn. And they
I
just
agree.
wasn't, they didn't care about like mingling with him. And
Yeah.
now he's there on a trip. They gotta, it's like they almost forced to like, who is this guy? Oh, okay, he's here. Let's do what we gotta do.
Yeah, King looked like he was talking to him though, like conversating with him. Other than that, the other ones paid him dust. Well, Eugene was too upset to even pay attention. So we'll get into that. So what do you think of Brandy and her husband?
Wait, which one is Brandy?
Brandy's the new chick. Like the new one.
Oh, I do like them. I like him. I like them. I thought like, especially he stayed home to watch. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about what's her name? I be forgetting her name.
Angel.
Angel and her man. Like he seems to like he supported her on going on that trip, and he stayed back and came for like a couple of hours in Jamaica just so your wife can go, knowing that this is an opportunity. That's the type of support that I was talking about that Angel's husband should have given her when the opportunity arose. And he flopped. And you sure? Like, it's gonna be hard. I gotta watch these damn kids. Like, he kind of was already turned off with Angel and her husband in Potomac. But I feel like with Brandy and her husband, I love that he stayed back and watched those kids to let her do her thing. And then he still came, even though his flight was delayed, and he still tried to make it there for her. So I don't know how he is. They didn't really show him too much, but just knowing those specifics, I like them. And I think he looked good. Like I was like, oh, okay, he got the sunglasses on. I never really paid attention to her husband.
I didn't even pay him no mind until he was walking to her. I was like,
I was like, okay, Brandy.
Yeah, I think it's a good looking man. I mean, I want me to take the hat and the shades. I don't know how he looks like. I think every scene he has like a hat or shades on or something.
I know those hats. That's one thing you could be you could be surprised when they take off that hat. It could be a whole disaster underneath that hat and behind those sunglasses. But with the sunglasses on and the hat on in Jamaica, I was like, okay, he got some swag.
Well, so, yeah. Now and you know what I noticed? He's done her confessionals. How come he doesn't film with her?
That's what I'm saying. I never saw it. I don't remember seeing him before this. So getting a good look at his face. He might have been in passing, but I've never seen him.
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing how he looks like.
Yeah, we gotta see.
And then I don't understand why he's not doing the confessionals with her.
Yeah, he's watching the kids.
I don't know, but that was weird too. What other couple? Same crap with Simone and Cecil. Nothing new. They seem to get along. They also have a friendship. What about Quad and King? What do you think? They discuss love language and
I believe that their relationship is definitely changing before our eyes and not in a good way. Like I feel like it seemed like they just not in love like that. Like I just feel like the way Quad was my man, and it's kind of like and King, he was never on that. My woman, my girl, my lady, nothing. He never gave that energy. And I just think he's gotten like his attitude has just gotten like he's not interested anymore. It just seemed like it was a trip. It was an opportunity for them to like, I think that was like the last leg of, I'm sure they broke up shortly after that because it just didn't seem like they were into each other. She didn't seem like so enthusiastic as she was before, but then I tend to think she was doing that display for T and her ex-husband. So I feel like she was putting that extra oomph on there for them. So I feel like now it's like there's no one there to showcase that. And like so now and then especially they seem to be like drifting apart, but you can kind of see it.
I thought it was a terrible idea last season when Quad was showing off about this man. Oh, he has sex 15 times a day. She tried to kind of put a dig on what's her name? I forgot her name. Don't let her. She's a new
Sweet Tea.
Yes, Sweet Tea. She put a dig. She talked about kind of her and Kim are trying to have kids. She did too much. And I said, if you watch my other video from last year, like Quad needs to stop because this man will embarrass you and leave you and you'll be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Regardless was who left who, you were doing too much. My man, my man, my man. Now, and the cast is saying that they noticed a change. Like Eugene in his confessional said they saw a change. Contestant, her confessional mentioned there's a change. But I think the change happened with King, and then Quad had to adjust to it, and she kind of like went back. I think he started having an attitude, not really being into her, and that changed how she was in a relationship.
Yeah,
and taking those steroids or whatever, she was hormonal shots, change who you are. So she probably wasn't herself anymore.
Mm-hmm. And I do think that he, like, sometimes you do see like the relationship changing and then you still try to hang in there. And I think that's what she's doing at this point, because a lot of his responses are like, he got like little snide remarks for everything. And I don't know if he's trying to be funny, but it just doesn't seem to be like empathetic to her. Like, that's so disappointing and hurtful. Like she wanted a baby so bad, it didn't happen, and then he's like, just wasn't even comforting to her. It still gotta hurt even now that they're away, and you would still think he would show some compassion as a woman who doesn't have a kid. He has a kid already, so he was doing it mainly for her, because I don't think he really wanted a kid that bad. But it's hurtful for her. And then just his responses was just like not like how it was last season. Like he didn't seem to have this slick remark to everything, and always like kind of just like brushing away her feelings and making a joke like, oh, I'm not giving you none of my food, and then wouldn't give her any of his food, like just okay, wait and see, while he's like chomping away. Like, so it's like little things like that. He just doesn't seem like he's into her, and he's not treating her with care and like, just delicately. I think like that's the type of woman she is, and I'm sure she appreciates that. I don't remember what she said her love language was. Was it
affirmation, saying, oh, you do a good job?
exactly? She needs that, like especially in that moment when your eggs, it failed, the procedure that she was, the IVF. So she needs those words of affirmations. You're still good. I still love you. You're still like the woman of my dreams or whatever. Just big her up as a woman and make her lift her up, lift her spirits up. She needs that, and he probably isn't giving her that. Especially she's saying that's her love language.
I don't think so. And a lot of times with Jamaican men, I'm not saying all, but a lot of them, when it comes to emotionally supporting you, they don't. So I think that plays a part in that too. He's probably just like making jokes. There was one scene when he said something like, oh, there's no baby in you, something like, oh, there's nothing baby about you. He said something.
It was the fork. It was like when she said,
yes,
why gave it his baby fork? And then she said, I don't want a baby fork. And then he was like, yeah, there's nothing baby about you. But I don't think he meant it. I didn't take it as a dig.
I took it as a dig.
I took it as like his jokes are made.
I think at that point, and then again, it was a joke. I know what he's saying. She's thick and stuff like that. But from what she's going through, I saw Quad's reaction. She didn't take it as a joke, but it's kind of like, oh, the cameras were rolling. Let me laugh it off and make it seem like it's a joke. Because for me, you got to think where her head is at. She's gained weight. I could see Quad's body's not the same this season. She gained weight.
Yeah.
She's gained weight. She may not feel as comfortable about her body because she's gaining weight. Her attitude is different. And she gets her eggs that she had are no good. And you're going to make that comment? Like, that's not time to be joking about saying anything when it comes to that effect, because it could be interpreted wrong. And it was by viewers and by Quad. She just didn't react.
I didn't even know they interpreted that wrong. Like, I didn't even realize that, because I didn't think he meant anything by it. I think it was just a stupid joke.
Yeah, but I think where she was at that point, that joke.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Because her reaction, but it was kind of like, okay, let me not say anything. But I could tell her reaction was like, she felt a type of way about it.
Yeah.
So what else? So they wanted to talk about the Met Gala. The Met Gala that year, they want Toya to head the Met Gala, to plan and do everything else. And from what Heavenly said on the bus, they wanted, or whatever she said, they had Toya, they picked Toya to do it because they wanted to teach her a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, Eugene heard this. He didn't like that. So with the whole Met Gala, this is when Toya decides to talk about it. After dinner, they excused the men to leave, and they decided to talk about the Met Gala. And everyone was not listening to Toya. Supposedly, they want Toya wants them to give them this amount of the money, and which was funny. Quad was like, "Oh, don't give Toya money just like that." But the gist of the whole scene was how Heavenly was going at Toya and saying how terrible. But it was funny. To me, it was comedic because she was like, "You're not a business owner, Toya. Like, you could touch this date at Toya. You don't know about money, Toya." So I'm on the Heavenly side of this. But then I'm like, okay, if you guys feel this way, why the hell did you have him pick up?
You on Heavenly side, you said, because they broke up.
Yes, I'm team Heavenly on this
Me
one.
too. I'm team Heavenly because first of all, I would have picked Toya to do it because I would be like Heavenly too, because one thing that annoys me about people when, like, I get it that Toya is trying to, like, now she understands it more, but I just don't feel like she's still taking accountability for the way that she acted last time when they did it. Like, even when they were in the van, in the Sprinter, and Heavenly was trying to explain to her, like, damn, all you brought was wine. Like, I want to hear, like, damn, yeah, I should have brought more. I should have contributed more. Now I understand. I'm sorry. Like, she did say a lame sorry. But even Eugene, yeah, I ain't never saying sorry. And, like, just their attitude is just, like, you okay? And then they keep making excuses that the wine was okay when they all contributed, what, 25,000? Like, come on, that wasn't enough. We don't need the wine. We need the money. And they chose to bring the wine. Like, you can't choose if I'm saying we need this for the Met Gala, you don't bring that. Like, come on, bring what we need. We didn't need the wine. And then you chose to bring what you wanted to bring, and we need money. Like, I would have been so pissed. And then to not take accountability, I would have been Heavenly too. Like, no, I'm going to keep rubbing it in your face, and I'm going to make it difficult for you, just how you did for us. Just saying sorry and skipping over it and not taking accountability for it. No, you're not going to get off that easy. I hate when people just want to skip past something, don't apologize. I mean, she gave a little lame apology, but don't want to take accountability. And then you still talking mess, talking about that you ain't saying sorry and the wine was okay. No, I'm with Heavenly on this.
Me too. And the whole wine thing was, first of all, you said they spent $20,000 for wine. I don't believe that.
No, what I'm saying is that they asked for, I don't know I can't remember the exact amount. I think it was like 25,000 that each were contributing. Was it?
No, not 1,000. I think it was like 5,000 each person or something like that. This season it mentioned 5, because if it's 9 of them, that's a lot of money already. 5,000. They all contribute.
It's only 5,000. You sure?
Yeah, because it's all of them contributing. So let's say it's 5,000 and it's 9 of them. That's already $45,000. Yeah, it's 5,000. That's because I was doing the calculation in my head. I was like, because at first I was like, 5,000, that's nothing. But when I did the calculation, that's about $45,000. If it's
I would think they need more to host that Met Gala. I don't think it was that. You sure?
Well, look, but that's what they mentioned yesterday. Heavenly mentioned yesterday, each of them was contributing $5,000. And I think last year when Phaedra was there, I think they said it was like 25,000. It wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't no 20,000.
You said 20, it wasn't 20,000?
Definitely not. So that's why, again, when they said that amount, I'm like, what is the issue with Toya donating that amount, especially Eugene being a doctor? So I never understood it.
Tickets at the 25, is this the Med? Is this the one? I don't know if this is for, on TV. Maybe this is another. Oh, this is the Met Gala. I guess but I said Met Gala.
Med.
But I was like, wait, it's 75,000 for a ticket, but that's the Met.
I think the tickets are like $250. They're like $200. I think they're around the $200 range. They're not that expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's what they contributed. They weren't doing $10,000. It was about $5,000 and less. $5,000 or less. But it made sense because if all of them gave that amount, they had a good amount of money.
And then the fact is, to me, it's just even if you brought wine, if like you can't just choose to bring your own thing apart from what I'm asking you to bring as the host. Like I would be offended. Like you don't just choose to bring something and then not give money. And you gave and then wasn't she, this was like free wine that she got. Like it was because
Exactly.
of
It's free wine and she was
yeah.
promoting her business.
Yeah.
And then Eugene should be even more embarrassed because the Met Gala is for you.
Yeah.
As a doctor. So how could you? It was a mess. So they went back and forth. Everybody's going back at Toya. No one wanted to listen to Toya. And Eugene got in his feelings.
Oh yeah, it was 2,500 for each person.
Last season they mentioned 2,500, but this season they mentioned 5,000.
That's not even a lot that Han Eugene could have.
That's not.
Come
That's
on,
what I'm
that's like lunch
saying.
money for them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't understand that type of money that Toya didn't give. $2,500. You really couldn't give them $2,500.
And it says Jackie and Heavenly put in 15,000 each. I guess they put in more each.
Yeah, because of the expenses. When it started getting more expensive, they got to put money in.
Yeah.
And last year, remember with the contributions and stuff, Phaedra donated a check. Which it was like a whole bunch of stuff last year.
Yeah.
But this year, so they're going back and forth, and Eugene decides to intervene and tell Toya to go upstairs, and that he doesn't like. Oh, they're not listening to you, and he got his feelings and walked away because he didn't like the fact that these women was disrespecting his wife. So what do you think of that scene when he came to Toya? I was like,
first of all, once again, she didn't even listen to him. Did she even go away? Because I don't.
No.
Exactly. She didn't even listen to him. She doesn't respect that man. Like, I don't understand how he's like, all out, stomping around a place, one respect for his wife, and your wife don't even give you respect. Okay. So first get respect from your wife and then demand everybody respect her and you. Like, come on now. Like, cut it out. Like she's telling you to stuff a biscuit in your mouth to shut you up. And you're trying to tell me to respect your wife? Like, get out of here. You're not even respected. Like, you first get respect from your wife. Like, stop it. Like, he annoyed me this episode. Because it's like, I don't know. He seems like such the corny dude, like trying to be there for his like wife and showcase his like, strength or whatever and backing up his wife. To me, it seems so cornballish. Like, Toya is outspoken. Toya knows how to have her own back. She do not need no Eugene to have her back with these ladies. He's doing too much. And he don't need to do too much. He need to sit down somewhere and stuff a biscuit in his mouth.
Oh my God, that's too funny. But what pissed me off, what made me, it was so funny because he thought he was doing something like, Toya.
That's what I'm saying. So corny.
Eugene, stop it. She's like, Eugene, I got this. But if you're not going, I'm going. And then he goes, stop it all you. It was so funny when Dr. Mimi's husband went back and showed how he walked away. And handled it. Like, yo, I'm going to my room. And you remember when he did that? It was so funny when he did all the
exactly. And she's not respecting him enough to like. You usually would walk away. If my husband told me that, I'm walking away as a unit.
Yes, because you're gonna hear his mouth when you get back in the room. So you might.
And I want to present that like I'm constantly disrespecting my husband. I want us to like we should be coming back stronger, letting people know. Like I would try to redeem myself and redeem my man because I'm treating him like crap. Like this is the time to show your strength as a unit. I would have definitely marched away with my cornball husband, no matter how cornball he is, and I'm married to him. I'm going to march away and stick beside him, and she ain't sticking beside her cornball.
He paid him one way by himself. He didn't pay her. She didn't pay him no mind.
Exactly. That's and she don't need him. Like he looks so. She's a woman that can stand on her own, cursing him out, cursing ladies out. She does not need him to be like her advocate. Like she can do her own. So that's the part that's like. Why is he doing this? Like it's so pointless. She's not a weak woman that needs that.
How many years Toya's been, being able to stand up for herself. Sometimes she's the problem. So it was just weird. He came in there to boast his chest. And he really thought Toya was going to listen to him, and she paid him dust. He really thought she was going to follow
I
him.
know. It's so embarrassing again. So embarrassing. Like I said, that's a time to kind of showcase if she still left you like in the like, you know, alone, like looking stupid.
Exactly. He walked in all by her lonesome. So then when they went into the room, he didn't like it, but he feels that Heavenly's husband, Dr. Daddy, he should have checked Heavenly. And that he feels that when Heavenly gets out of pocket, he doesn't do anything. He just basically let Heavenly do what she wants. I don't agree with Eugene on that. I think
No.
to check Heavenly, like calm her down.
I'm not doing nope. I would have checked him and let him know again. Like I goes back to saying, you want me to check my wife, and you can't even check your own wife? No, absolutely not. He is not the one to be telling me to check my wife. Absolutely not. And these women between Heavenly and Toya, they are like equal. They go toe to toe. I'm not telling my wife nothing. I'm staying out of it. If you want us to be friends, we need to stay out of it. I'm not checking my wife. They can handle it. Like your wife and you gave some cheap ass wine, and you and your wife do need to be checked. You're not even taking accountability. And I would tell him I agree with Heavenly. Like you were wrong last year, and they want to teach her a lesson. Now she's in the midst of being taught that lesson. I'm gonna stay out of it and let them teach your wife and you on how you contribute and how you support the Met Gala. Like, why would you like to me? No, this is not the time I'm gonna check my wife. This is the time Toy needs to stick up for herself, and Heavenly needs to say what's on her mind. She had to contribute extra money to the Met Gala because of Toya, probably. So no, let her get it out. Let them handle it. I'm not speaking on it. And if you want us to be friends, don't approach me with this nonsense. That's what I would have told him. Don't even approach me with this. Let the women handle it. These are not weak women that you're talking about. Like, it's not like he's trying to speak up for his timid wife who doesn't know how to stand up for herself. Like, come on, she's checking you and she's checking bitches. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, no way. You're not gonna approach me with that. I don't agree. Like, I don't agree with a lot of things that Dr. Daddy, like how he tries to present himself like he's some laid back, you know, and when he speaks, he's like God, and he tries to speak all mellow. I don't agree with a lot of things how he was acting toward Eugene at other reunion when Eugene was like, I don't know if you cheat, and whatever he said to him. I think it was Eugene, right? That said that to Damon. When
No, that was
Damon got
Dr.
mad
G.
at him.
That was Dr. G. Quasi
Well, it was something that it was, yeah, I guess it was that, but it some turned me off about Dr. Damon, like that he did. I don't like how he tries to come off smooth when he's talking nonsense a lot of times. But this particular time, I don't know how because it kind of ended. I don't know how they're going to react, but no, I'm not with. I'm definitely agree with Damon.
Now that you said you given your opinion, I agree. He shouldn't check Heavenly at this point because again, it is Toya. Toya can handle it. I don't know what Eugene is trying to do or why he feel he's still in women's business. Like that's
exactly
why David named Eugenia.
No, Eugenia.
Vagina. Why you even involved? Like, you were the man to where you hear women arguing, you go over there and get involved and try to intervene. Like, why is he even doing that?
I really believe it's that cornball mentality. Like, I gotta prove myself some kind of way because I'm with this beautiful woman and I'm a cornball at heart, and I want to seem like I'm the man in charge. I want to show my balls. Like, I just feel like he wants to present. It's just coming off as like phony to me. Like he's trying too hard. And your wife is not even respecting you trying hard. She's like ignoring you. She's like brushing you aside.
Yeah.
And she's still handling them. She still handles, like, to me, Toya is being a little like, she's not being as like assertive with her feelings, and she's not coming at them like she usually does. She's still trying to handle things. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She does know she's wrong. So I just think Eugene needs to just, like, you know, let them teach her a lesson like they're doing and let her handle it. And if she's handling it by not speaking too much or not saying too much and still trying to host, let her do it. Let her do it. There'll come a time where she's checking them. She's not doing it right now, but Eugene is definitely not the one. He is definitely a bad messenger to try to get that point across. And he's a victim too. Telling me to check my wife.
I can't. Oh, I hope Damon Dr. Danny tells him about himself, but I don't know why he's trying to do that, because they've been arguing for how many? This is season 12.
Now
Your wife has had a fight with Mariah. Your wife has been confrontational every season.
Yeah.
Now, after 12 seasons, you decide to come and defend her.
And it's something like their little business that it's not even like the men are involved in it. I mean, yeah, they're involved in, I'm sure, contributing the money, but the women are hosting it. They're doing whatever they got to do to make it happen. It's them, like, arranging everything and putting everything together. And whether they argue, whatever they're doing, they got to get in, they're going to figure it out. They're all strong women. They will figure it out. And if they don't, that's still between them. The men should not get involved in that. How dare you tell me what to do with my wife and how to handle my wife? Oh my goodness. No, that is not the time to tell me. And Eugene is definitely not the one to be telling any man how to handle their wife. He's not the one.
She said he had a small penis. That's the worst thing.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, the way I would have came at him. Like, your wife is checking these bitches whenever she get a chance. And you gonna tell me to check my wife? I'm not checking my wife. And my man better not even respond. I would hope that my husband would never respond to a man telling him how to handle his wife. If he ever comes to me and tell me, like, oh, be quiet. Like, no. Even if Damon does check her, he probably does it behind closed door, whatever he's doing, like, just calm down. But don't you ever check me in public over what somebody else is telling you what to do, ever. Because now me and you going to be fighting. Toya
would tell him about his behind. I don't think he can't go against Toya.
At this point,
he wears the panties in the relationship.
Exactly. And he's trying to showcase and get some balls, and this ain't the time to do it.
Yeah, those balls are long gone. Toya been cut those balls off.
Yes, with your small penis. So it's just like, this is not the time. He should have never. Now the way what's the name's husband, the LB guy, what's his name?
Dr. Mimi.
Yeah, her husband. Now I love
Brandy. Which one? Brandy?
No, it's not Brandy's husband. The one that wears that Mimi's husband. I don't remember.
The one that wears the Louis Vuitton. Yeah.
Now, the way that he supported his wife, I love that. He didn't do the whole Eugene trying to check, MFs.
When? I don't remember. Which scene?
He said in that scene when they was coming at each other about when Eugene tried to approach Damon about checking his wife, that's when Dr. Mimi's husband said, well, I ain't contributed nothing. When Eugene tried to say, are you in it? Are you supporting? You support? And then the husband was like, nah, I'm not giving nothing. Nope. Nobody asked my wife. Nobody asked for her input. I'm not contributing. And then they had the scene where both of them were sitting together in the confessional, and then they both said, we're going, but we're just not going to contribute. So I love the way he shut that down, and he let it be known. Like, you remember when Mimi was saying to the ladies, like, no one even asked for me and Brandy's opinion. Like, no one asked nothing about us, like, about what we would want.
But they want our money,
We don't have no input in this. And they said that little, spiel, but then I love the way her husband had her back, but it was kind of like he let it be known. He said a few words and that's it. Like, he's not telling these men, oh yeah, you better tell your wives to include my wife and do all of that and check your wife, include my wife. He let it be known, this is how I operate, and this is how we're gonna move forward. I'm not contributing nothing, but we will show up, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, no one said anything.
Exactly. And that's the way you do it. I love the way he did that, because that's the way you support your wife. Silently, but you just put a period on that and case closed. And now y'all going to learn from this experience. Include my wife next time.
That's so bad for Eugene.
Yeah, he's crying, that poor cornball.
Yeah,
Such
I went in the room. I was like, why does Eugene have that tight shirt on? He needs to get big.
a and listen, Toya knows she's married. She knows she's married to a cornball because she even said it in the interview with. I mean, she didn't say it in those words, and more or less words. She said it, that God, that when she was like that, He picked her. He
I
picked
think
her, and
Carlos
God.
asked them, "Oh, were you attracted to Eugene when you first met him?" And she was like, "God told me."
Exactly. And then she said, Eugene picked me, and God picked him for me.
Yeah, meaning I didn't want this man.
Yeah, God, I saw he was going to med school, and I just, that was the attraction. That's what I believe the attraction was. That he was a
Yeah,
good man.
because when you look at Eugene back then, I said, "Lord." And supposedly Toy was a popular girl.
Yes, I do believe that there's a lot of I know there's a lot. I remember telling one of my friends that when he always said he didn't want no kids, and then he always say like God played a trick on him because he ended up having twins with a
Mm.
woman he didn't want to be with. But he was such a nice guy, this guy, and I remember telling him like you was picked, like she picked you. Like, because she saw like you was a good man. Like, I don't know if he didn't look all that good, but he was such a good man. So I believe that he was picked, and that's what I
Uh,
said to him. And he even told me that was true. That was true. Like he was picked because she wanted a good. She knew she wanted to have kids, and she knew she wanted a good father for her kids, and he
mm,
was picked. And I believe that Toya picked Eugene.
I agree. I agree because she knew he was gonna be a doctor. She was living in Detroit, probably from the hood, and she figured he's gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna, and back then, oh, he's a doctor. I want to have money. The ignorance of it all. So, and I'll be married to a doctor. So that's why she picked Eugene. But
Yeah,
I
listen,
think,
I'm not mad at her. I probably would. I don't know. I feel like I say that, but then it's like, would I be attracted to him? Like, I don't know what I would do. Like, I
mm-mm,
probably would end up breaking apart. Like, because it's like, how do you overcome? Like, a lot of people will go out after men. No matter how ugly they are, they could be old, like 80 years old. Like, Anna Nicole Smith, she was in her 30s and she married a 90-year-old. Like, how do you
yeah,
sleep with that? How do you kiss that? Like a lot
that's
of women are
true.
able to overlook the attraction part because of the money.
Yeah,
I
but to
can't
be
do that.
married all those years, and he has a small penis.
That's what I'm saying. She definitely picked him because he was a good provider, and she knew he would make a good father. No
So
matter
she was
what, even
getting
if
right
they
up
break
there.
up, like that's how I see a lot of men who aren't married and they have kids. A lot of these men out here were picked by women who still want to gallivant around the world and do whatever they want to do. But you're gonna make sure you get that good man because you know he's gonna be a good father and a good provider for those kids. Even if it's not for me, you want a good provider for your kids because you still want to, there's a lot of single women. It's hard out here being a single woman with no provide, a deadbeat dad. That's the last thing you
Yeah.
would want. Even if you're not married, you don't want a deadbeat dad. So some of these women pick
Mhm.
these men because they know. I didn't want to say it in case our thing end up. My cousin was picked. I don't want his, and I'm friends with the hopefully she don't watch this. Anyway, let me move along. It could be you don't know what cousin this is because they might be watching. So
Uh, yeah, but Eugene was picked, and she showed it every day. She does not. She disrespect this man to the fullest.
yes.
I
And it's
never seen anybody.
embarrassing.
The only thing left is for her to hit him or smack the hell out of him. That's the only thing left for her to do to him. She's done everything. That or spit on him, but after that, she's disrespected this man from season 1 to now. And when he tried
Yeah.
to act tough, she didn't pay him no mind.
And that's what I was exactly like. And for him to approach Damon, who's like supposed to be like the strong man of the group and very like, silent but deadly, like he doesn't say much. So for Eugene to approach Dr. Damon of all people, like, how dare you? I thought that was like he got some nerve trying to make an example to be the strong man with Dr. Damon of all people.
I think Dr. Davis gonna put him in his place and shut it down. It
Yeah.
looks like he's even scared to say anything.
Dr. Damon seemed like he don't want to be on bad terms with Eugene. Like I'm, the cornball type of guy. Like I would be like, okay, I see what you're trying to do, so I would I would cut him a little slack because you still got to take it easy on these cornballs because they still are like underneath all of that exterior, they're weak. Like they're like probably go in a corner and start crying. Pouting to Toya. Now Toya gonna come out and be the man and try to curse Damon out and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I think Damon is gonna take it easy on Eugene, especially Dr. Damon was like his superior. Like, wasn't he was the one
Yeah.
that was giving
Mm-hmm.
him a job or
He's
whatever, or working
understudy or
under
something.
him.
Yeah. Yeah. So they
So
have a relationship.
yeah, and then didn't they stop? And that's another thing. Remember, Eugene stopped taking the patients that Dr. Damon was sending to him, all because of whatever the wives were going through. Like, really, you're gonna make my patients suffer because of what the ladies are going through? Like, Eugene needs to get out of his feelings and get out of women's business. And then to approach Damon of all people, I would be, if I was Heavenly, oh no, I would have to check Toya just for Eugene trying to check my husband. Now put your husband, tell him to stuff a biscuit in his mouth. That's what I would tell Toya. How dare your husband go up to my husband? Now it would trickle down to me. Now we got more beef.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's see how Dr. Damon handles it. But comment below what do you think? You think Eugene is right? Which nah. Or you feel that
I mean, he's trying to have her back. I just don't think you do it when it comes to ladies' business, especially strong women.
Yeah, if it's not a man disrespecting her, it's not like Heavenly is gonna attack her physically. It's not any of those things that's gonna happen. It's just verbal back and forth an argument. Let it be.
Exactly.
It's not like they were close and he felt like, oh, Heavenly's gonna punch Toya. She was in nowhere near any danger.
Yeah, that's Eugene needs to really. He's really confirming the name Eugenia.
Yeah, and he's been around a lot of times when he had these kind of conflicts, and he's always said, "Oh, just let the ladies." Like he's been around when they have argued.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he was on his period that day.
I think he's just trying too hard to prove himself. Like I think when you're dealing with a Toya type of woman, and then you're a cornball. So I think like you kind of still have to you want to prove yourself, and be the strength. Even though you're not, like you said, he wears the panties in the relationship, the thong. So he got a small penis. So he has to prove himself in other ways. You gotta pick up the slack in other areas when you got a small dick.
Oh my goodness, man. But he's not even doing that.
He's trying. What you mean? He's standing up for getting in women's business and trying to protect his wife. He's trying to be the strength. When you got a small penis, you got to make up for it in other ways. You got to be bigger in other ways because you're lacking in penis size. That's how I feel.
That's true, but Toya didn't give a damn. If anything, she's probably more upset that he tried to take her out of that scene.
Yeah. And she didn't go. Nope. Like I said, he stomped away by himself. So
yeah. So that's it for Married to Medicine. Recap for season 12, episode 12. Comment below, like, subscribe, share our video, and stay tuned next week for recap of episode 13.
Yes, toodles. And don't forget to subscribe. You said that already, but yes.
Subscribe, like, and share our video, and comment below. What do you think of this episode?
Yes. Okay, toodles. See you next time.